Hey everybody, we are here at the Gulf Coast Industry Forum hosted by the Economic Alliance Houston Port Region, and I'm joined by Craig Rhodes, Senior Vice President for the Economic Development Division of Greater Houston Partnership. Craig, thank you so much for being on camera with BIC Magazine.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's get into it, Craig. So you just moderated the panel on Economic Development Projects Outlook. What caught your attention on stage?
Yeah, I think thing that jumps out to me, one, is just the collaboration we have across the state of Texas, right? So these are professional economic developers representing everything from the Golden Triangle to Corpus Christi and certainly the Houston region. There's good collaboration and professionalism across that group. And, I think it's exciting. The projects they're seeing, the size and scope of the deals too, I think is what stood out too, right? There's not a lot of places in the country that are seeing multiple billion-dollar plus projects across this part of the Texas region. And so it's exciting to see that continued growth and investment.
And a diverse set of projects too, right? So Craig, what sectors or industries are driving economic growth in the Houston area right now? And where do you see maybe the biggest opportunities over the next few years?
Yeah, so I think where we see a lot of growth right now is on the manufacturing side, advanced manufacturing, and certainly clean energy, clean tech, and sort of energy transition. Those are probably the two biggest buckets of our project pipeline at the Greater Houston Partnership. And so, I mentioned on stage today, but, there's a lot of activity right now on foreign direct investment side. Some of that policy driven, some of that is just market driven growth and demand. We've seen some great announcements in the Houston region over the course of this year around advanced manufacturing, and we hope that trend is going to continue. And then I think where we will see new investments, and that was mentioned by the panel today, is around clean tech and renewable energies and some of these new energy technologies, sustainable aviation fuels, and other areas where we're going to continue to see growth in Texas and the Gulf Coast region.
Craig, Houston's a powerhouse economically, but we still have to compete nationally and globally, perhaps more than ever. What are we seeing in maybe the chemicals, refining, energy market here locally, and how are we competing?
Yeah, no, so I think we have a lot of the key ingredients, we would say, that make Houston and the Houston region really competitive. And so real estate, we still have sites and facilities and locations that can fit project needs. Speed to market, right? Texas moves at the speed of business. The Houston region, we have the infrastructure to support these projects to be able to get online quickly. And so I think those are some of the key. And then the other big piece is around workforce. We talked about it on the panel today, right? Talent and workforce. And we have some great college systems and university systems in the Houston region to support that overall pipeline of talent and growth. And so all those are really core ingredients that make this area really competitive. And then when you look at overall cost of living, cost of doing business here, this makes it a really attractive market for companies to make new investments. And these are long-term investments, right? These are not 3 and 4 year deals. These are 30 and 40-year investments that they're making in the Houston region. And so really excited about how we can help highlight and promote those ingredients for why Houston makes sense for these companies.
And Craig, we've seen so much growth. The big thing that the state needs is water and power. Talk a little bit about those two sectors and where you see into those areas.
Sure. So I think a lot of work was done in the 2023 session around power infrastructure, right? And so I think we're in a much better place now in terms of power generation in the state. Lots of new projects. A couple of those are mentioned on stage today. There are going to be new investments to increase power demand. We all have seen those charts, right, that show what the power needs are going to be, not just in Texas, but really across the country. And then the other big piece was water, and that really got addressed in what we would say a Texas-sized way in the legislative session this year. There's a new water infrastructure bill that was passed. There's going to be a new state agency formed to really focus on water, similar to what we see for the Department of Transportation, but around water infrastructure. And we think those are two big ingredients that we're going to need going forward to make sure that the Texas Miracle continues around job growth and investments.
Keep the Texas Miracle going.
That's right.
Craig, we're so thankful for being here at the Gulf Coast Industry Forum. And thank you so much for your time with BIC Magazine.
All right. Thanks so much. I appreciate you having me. Thanks.